what it's like to problem solve as a chapter president. So, real quick, the subject matters that we deal here are very serious, so be ready for that kind of serious discussion. Also note that the topics that we covered, well, the stories, I should say, that we have here, they're entirely fictional. Josh and I wrote this long before the season really started. So if you are reading along this and you're like, oh god, they're talking about us, we're not. We just barely got the job before we had this idea. So yeah, actually this workshop that we're about to do is kind of a reconstruction of a workshop that's similar to what Jonathan Markovsky gave during National DLC in Stillwater. He did this for like district presidents, so district presidents kind of know how to do their job. We've kind of taken this workshop and reshaped it so it more applies to chapter level business. So that being said, I need a volunteer to be a chapter president. Who would like to be a chapter president? Yeah, everyone give her a great big round of applause. So Amy's going to be our chapter president. In this particular scenario, there's a couple of players, so I need a volunteer to be the director of bands. Who wants to do that? Yeah, there you go. Okay, who wants to be, not the VPM, but the friend of the VPM, who isn't in KK side? There you go, Brian. Let's see, how about a potential candidate, not in KK side or TBS? Yeah, there you go, perfect. One more time. Let's see, who wants to be the vice president of membership? Anybody? Okay. Who wants to be a candidate for a KK side? Okay, perfect. Yeah. We also have just a regular old member of the chapter who just wants to be a regular old member of the chapter. I saw you go up. And then we finally have candidate number 2. Okay. All right. Hold on, let me pull up my scenario sheet so I follow what's going on. All right. So, chapter president, go ahead and read what's on your card.
Last night, my vice president of membership texted me and asked if I wanted to grab a few drinks at her place. I had work in the morning, so I told her that I couldn't make it. I had a sneaky suspicion that something wasn't quite right, so I decided to investigate and see what exactly happened at the VPM's house yesterday.
Okay, and scene. So, yeah, I know. So from here on, since you are the chapter president, this is kind of a choose-your-own-adventure story. So you have a laundry list of people that you can talk to that are associated with the event. And I'm going to say this out loud so everybody knows. The VPM is the one that hosted the party. We have a chapter member, just a regular chapter member, who attended the party. We have the friend of the VPM, who isn't in KSI TBS. They just happen to be their friend. We have a candidate who is in the VPM's candidate class. We have 2 of them actually. One attended the party, one didn't. We also have the director of bands who sent the president a disconcerting email. And then we also have a potential TBS KSI person that we were going to send a bid to. So, as a chapter president, who do you talk to first?
I would talk to my director of bands just to kind of figure out exactly how I would go about this situation.
Oh, very interesting.
I don't want to just go out to my VPM and be like, hey, what went on? Come on, tell me the truth, because you never know if they're going to be telling you the truth or not. And then you don't know if it's stepping over the boundaries to go and talk to like the friend or like to get the whole story. You don't know if it's stepping over boundaries, so you want to talk to the person who oversees the organization and kind of get top there.
I dig that line of thinking. Yep.
Does anyone have like someone else they talk to why, or why you wouldn't go to the band director?
Oh, I should also mention this is definitely a discussion, so even if you don't have a piece of paper, we're open to comments. Josh and I will moderate. So, go ahead.
I personally would not go to the chapter sponsor first just because it could blow things out of proportion really quickly. And if nothing did happen that was fishy, then the sponsor would think that something was going on when something wasn't. And so I would investigate at least with the VPN first to see what went on first.
Right on.
Anyone else have other ideas?
So just for clarification's sake, the director of bands sent a concerned email to the president?
Yeah, well, an email. You don't know what the subject says yet. That's what I should say. Not yet.
For the
It's
sake
in
of
your
the
inbox.
scenario, yeah.
For the sake of the scenario, it's in your inbox.
You're very responsible. You just don't.
Yeah, you just haven't checked your email yet.
And this was a really good point to bring up. And like your point of going to the director is perfectly fine. You know what I mean? If that's how you feel, you as chapter president, of course, by all means. You know, but it's a good point, right? Like, who do you go to for that? And if you as chapter president, you get yourself in a sticky situation, you should definitely go to your sponsor. And you know, a lot of times we try to solve things on our own, and sometimes when it's out of our control, things end up getting way worse. And by the time he's a sponsor, he's like, "Whoa, where did this come from?" Or she, "Where did this come from?" And then next thing you know, they're having to go to nationals to like clarify things and fix things. So yeah, knowing who to go to is a very important thing, especially as chapter president. You know, is it escalating the situation by doing that? Now he's freaking out, or is he, you know, again, is there a right answer? It completely depends on the situation.
Yeah, and we don't know the situation yet. So who would you like to talk to? Probably the chapter spot. Okay, we can go with the chapter. All right, so let's go. Let's start with the director of bands. Who has that one? Okay.
I know college kids like to have their fun, but the pictures I've seen on Facebook have me awfully worried about our Kingside TBS chapter. I really hope that those candidates were of legal drinking age. If this ends up on the news, our marching band could be done for.
So what now?
Well, knowing more that there's inappropriate pictures on Facebook, that's when I would actually go to the VPN. And now that I have a little bit more information, I'm not just coming out of the blue like, hey. So I heard this happen. I have something from our director of band saying, we saw this, what went on, this cannot happen again, we need to fix this before it's seriously wrong.
Okay. What would you, or anyone else can answer this question, what would you say, just knowing what you know, to the director of bands to kind of ease his mind a little bit, or to let him know that you're going to take action? Go ahead.
I mean, I let him know that I'm going to talk to the VPN and talk to the people responsible, let them know that you're taking action, that you're doing something as president to be sure that this issue gets addressed, and that you find out the whole situation for sure, and find out who is at the party, what was exactly happening, just try to get the entire story.
Okay, perfect. Which is what we're doing. Yeah, go ahead.
I would also let him know that once I get the full story, I will come back to him and let him know what went on. And then get his advice of, do we need to go to nationals? Like, I would just keep him in the loop of what is happening.
Right on. Go ahead.
The other thing is make sure you talk to the director and let them know that the pictures will be taken down. Because even if nothing was going on, that's the way they were interpreted. Either way, the first thing that happens is pictures need to come down so the investigation can occur privately and isn't in the public eye, making more of a scene out of it than necessary.
Okay.
So just to clarify, so the vice president had a party in which like PMs were invited and they took pictures of them drinking.
Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah.
Okay.
So far.
So far. Yeah. So let's conduct further investigation from here. Who do you talk to next?
I'm going to talk to the VPN.
All right. Who's our VPN?
Right.
Right on.
After the candidate class, I had a few friends over at my place so we could hang out and have a few drinks. Some of them were KSI, TBS, and some weren't. I didn't want to leave out any of the candidates, so I invited them over, making sure to emphasize this wasn't an official KSI, TBS event since there would be alcohol involved. A couple prospective members wanted to join in, while others said no. I don't really remember what happened that night, though I remember having a lot of fun. None of us were wearing letters, so we should be fine, right? I screwed up. That's so okay. I did not add that. I added, I screwed up.
Yeah. So thoughts on this? What have we learned after talking to the VPN?
Learned that there was some illegal drinking going on in most circumstances.
I mean, was it illegal?
I mean, most prospective members are not at the age of 21. Most. And there's something you're going off of.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's definitely
you're
something to assume. But again, the information we have, right? Again, we're going through the process of talking to each person.
Yeah.
The director of bands, VPN, you know, and our assumptions are like, okay, well, is that what's happening, right? Was there illegal drinking going on? We really don't know. We can assume that, but we don't
Yeah.
know for sure.
Based
And-
on what, oh, can I?
Yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
Yeah, based on what was explicitly written, they were at the party. We don't know if they were drinking yet.
Yeah.
There's pictures of them at the party, which is pretty harsh evidence, but there wasn't pictures of them drinking at the party.
Yeah.
So there's the fine line of assumptions that we're making here. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure if I was in this situation, just to keep any accusatory tone off and make sure not to be accusatory at this point, because you want people to be volunteering information willingly and honestly, and you're on their side, you're friendly, you want to do what's best for everyone, and the chapter especially. So just keeping people willing and not accusatory and wrong mentality.
Go ahead.
Also, from what we heard, these PMs were not coerced into drinking with the VP. It was all, the invitation was extended to them as a non-KK Psi event, and they could be friends beforehand. Like, it wasn't like they were saying, hey, you are only cool if you're gonna hang out with us. You can only go to the next class if you hang out with us.
So in regards to like our constitution nationally and within your own bylaws and whatnot, are they doing anything, at this point from what you know, again, from what you know so far, is there anything wrong that you see right away? Like, is there something that we, based on constitution, is wrong?
Yes, and I missed the whole beginning of this, I know
Okay.
we're jumping in. But as far as following the rules and the fact that it was not a KSI-TBS event, I don't see what the issue is as far as like constitutionally based on our bylaws for our chapter or for the national constitution. And if it is an issue, then the issue should be that there was drinking at this event, not that, like, that's not even a thing, whether you're of age or not, you shouldn't be drinking.
Okay. Anyone want to add comments to that before we?
Yeah, I mean, I think your first mistake is that you shouldn't even say like KKSI and drinking in the same sentence. Like, I mean, the disclaimer that it's like, this is not a KKSI event is like, that's the first problem.
I'm not, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think it's maybe like, maybe the disclaimer is good, especially for if you're gonna invite potential candidates, so they don't see that as a mandatory thing that like it can be considered hazing, and that's even worse. So I think, like, I understand where you're coming from, Jamie, but at the same time, I think we want to make sure that we're not giving potential members, but like information that is bad to them and negatively affect them.
To be, like, in all honesty, like, I think disclaimers are very important. There are times where I'm gonna go out and all the people there end up being brothers, we weren't near any meeting, it was just us going out because we're all friends, and then I would say, I will be drinking at this, we're not gonna talk anything about KSI, like, nothing. Like, and as soon as it's brought, no, we're not talking about that right now, this is not the place to do that.
Yeah.
But yes, I understand completely, like, that disclaimer can also kind of be a red flag, right? It's like, okay, wait, the context of this, why does it need a disclaimer in this setting, right? Like, that's when you need to read into it still.
Yeah. We'll investigate a little bit further, because right now the line is kind of gray. As this workshop goes, it's going to get a little more narrow, and we're going to find out at least where the perceived line is. So I think we should consider.
I have a clarification question, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, do we know when the event took place? Like, did they say like it was before or after, like after a KSI event?
It was after a candidate class.
It was after a candidate class, okay. I think that might be when disclaimers needed.
Yeah.
So chapter president, who would you like to speak to next?
I'm gonna talk to the chapter member first before I go.
Okay. Just the regular chapter member?
Yes, the regular chapter.
Okay. So whoever says chapter member on your, yep, go ahead.
Yeah, the BPM likes to hold parties from time to time. They're always a blast. And she's really cool about making sure everyone is safe. She lets everyone stay over at her place if they don't have a ride, and she always makes sure the candidates are being responsible. Last night wasn't any different. Drank, we had fun, and from what I remember, the candidates enjoyed it too. The BPM is such a great person. I hope she runs for president next term.
Beedle. Comments?
Comments.
Discussion?
I would say that the regular member probably doesn't understand the gravity of the situation.
That's fair, yeah.
That's fair.
Although, just devil's advocate, from what they described, it sounds like the VPM was being pretty safe with how people are handling this sort of situation. They were being sure that everybody's being responsible, keeping everybody safe. So continuing with the thought that we constitutionally maybe haven't done anything wrong yet, this kind of strengthens that case. It's like, okay, they covered all their bases and made sure everybody was okay. So from one perspective, it seems like as much as there is a letter to this, the letter was followed.
My issue with it is that the explanation wasn't framed as, oh yeah, Milo hosts parties all the time and she invites people over and it's always safe. It was the DPM hosts parties and the candidates are always safe. That is like very, you should not be doing that. It should not be framed in that situation. Whether you have a disclaimer or not, it should be the DPM as part of your position, you host parties for the candidates. And that doesn't apply.
Yep. Why do you go?
And that's what I was gonna say earlier about the disclaimer, the reason why I think the disclaimer is important is not because it's like a KK related event where it's like not supposed to be drinking. It's because it's like the VPM candidate relationship where they feel pressured to attend and they feel like they would be hazing, and because it's all like about perception. And so if they feel like any kind of pressure about like attending that sort of party, I just don't like how it's talking about like the VP inviting candidates over to her house. Cause I don't have a problem with the fact that it's just like a person in the chapter inviting just like random people over, but the fact that it's like the VP inviting like specifically candidates over and like the vocabulary associated with that.
Yeah, I'm really glad the room is picking up on this, by the way. Our message here is don't drink ever because you're adults and it's fine. But the context matters so much when you do these things. So you really have to be careful. Go ahead.
Going off of like the candidates and stuff, like I know when I was a prospective member, I wanted to make my VPN like feel like I really wanted to be a part of something. So if she would invite me to go to a party, I'd be like, yeah, I want to seem really cool to you so I can become a member. So to me, that's what's concerning is like if I was chapter president, like in this situation, like that's what's concerning me because those candidates, they don't because we haven't talked to them yet, but you don't know if they really were pressured or not. So that's my concern.
No. Wise words, thank you. With that, let's go ahead and continue to the next person. Who would you like to talk to?
I am going to talk to candidate number 1.
Number 1. So this is the candidate that attended the party.
The VPM asked if I wanted to have a few drinks with her after a candidate class, so I said yes. She made sure to let me know that KKY/TBS is a dry organization, so this wouldn't be an official event, though I remember seeing a couple people from our chapter. I had a great time though.